How many times have we wondered on why do we keep attracting emotionally unavailable people and how to break this cycle? I'm going to keep this in short bursts of how to do so. And if you want more information, make sure to ask me questions or let me know down below. But I'm excited to get into it because we don't think about how we put ourselves out there to be able to know the signs of what this looks like. So I really want us to really think about on what's making us can keep attracting the same people and how to kind of go about that. And so welcome. I'm just so excited you're here with me. And if you haven't, seen before, know that I'm here to be able to help you get back to peace every day, especially after toxic or narcissistic relationships from parents, partners, or anyone. And so understand if you're constantly attracting people who won't commit, don't communicate, or make you feel like you're too much for simply wanting consistency, understand you're not alone, but I want to be honest on what if the love you keep chasing is rooted in an old wound. And so I'm Samantha, therapist and authentic relationship expert, and today we're talking about why you keep attracting emotionally unavailable people and how to break the cycle. Because you deserve more than crumbs. You deserve peace, reciprocity, and love that feels safe, and I want that for you. So let's kind of talk about how we're going to do that. And so understand we have to really first talk about on what is emotionally unavailability, because a lot of times we don't even know what that is, but we can feel it. Right? We can feel it within our bodies when someone's not really being there for us. So let's start with what emotional unavailability looks like in real life, because if it's understand it's not just ghosting or commitment issues, it can be subtle, but you feel it. Like by how you feel and how it just has these kind of up and down feelings. A common signs like they're hot and then they're cold. You never know which version of them you're getting. They avoid vulnerability, surface conversation is fine, but deeper topics, deflection or shutdown, or they to make you feel like you're talking too deep. A lot of times they're allergic to commitment, but love the idea of love. And you're always doing emotional heavy lifting. And I want you to be in spaces where you're not emotionally coaching people to be in relationships. So if you're constantly questioning where you stand, that's emotional unavailability in action. It's the inconsistency that keeps you guessing and working for love that should be mutual. And so now we're going to go into on why you're attracting it and the root cause of why that might be the case. Because honestly, this isn't just about whether people believe in this being broken. It's about being wired to what feels familiar, not what's healthy. And I think we talked a lot about that in the last video. If chaos feels normal, peace feels boring. If you had to earn love growing up, now you try to overextend to prove you're worthy. And this happens quite a bit, trying to prove yourself and believe to earn love, and you simply just have to be. So I used to think that I was just unlucky in love. But when I looked deeper, I realized I was choosing people who just couldn't show up because I was afraid of being fully seen and still not being chosen. And that fear that a lot of us have, it kept me from choosing partners who couldn't see me to begin with, right? They just saw just what you do. And so just understanding when you just allow yourself to reflect on this, I want you to be able to ask yourself, is your attraction based on alignment or familiar pain? And are you trying to fix someone to avoid fixing what's hurting inside? And so a lot of times we're so much with fixing and focusing on somebody else, we don't allow ourselves to see what we're doing. And so understand, I really want you to pause and reflect this, or even pause this video, or what needs to happen for you to be able to just really realize that within yourself. And so a lot of times we need just like somatic awareness, right? Your body knows before your mind catches up. The tension you feel after a conversation, the anxiety after they pull away, that's your nervous system telling you something. We have to be able to listen to it. You're not just dealing with the present person, you're reliving the old emotional wounds. And so healing starts when you stop chasing potential and start choosing peace. It's not about fixing them. It's about freeing you. And I think a lot of times we're so attached to the outcome that we don't really see on just what's present here. And so I really want you to practice also detaching with what's going on, but I'm just going to give you some practical tools as well. First, I want you to step one is be able to recognize the pattern without judgment. So write down the last 2 to 3 people you dated. And I want you to think about what's the common thread. allow yourself to take some time to write that. And once you would ask yourself, go further, did I feel safe? Did I feel seen in those spaces? And see whatever comes up for you as you write this out. Because now we're going to start allowing yourself to be able to rebuild your emotional safety with yourself. So a practice emotional check-ins of, allowing yourself to think about, okay, what do I need, right? Is it connection, validation? Sometimes it's rest, nourishment. Or if you want to be able to journal, what does safe love look like for me? And a lot of times I don't know what that looked like at first, and I just had to really think about it. And also self-validation, like that you are worthy to be loved, and letting yourself to have an emotional safety around you. Because I want you to be able to have step 3, which is creating a new standard. What are your non-negotiables? Pick like 3 to 4 non-negotiables for yourself. What energy are you no longer available for? Really writing that out. Because I want you to think about, do I feel chosen or am I chasing when you think about the relationship that you're in? And I talked about this quite a bit in my podcast episode of When to Let Go. So check that out. But I want you to be able to understand with emotional availability, you're saying yes to your heal. You're saying no to emotional unavailability. And so I understand how this can be a lot for some people. And so I wanted to make these YouTube videos kind of short and sweet for you to really kind of get what you need, because I know a lot of my, women are professional women who just have a lot of time to do so. But I want you to take some time for yourself, because I don't want you to be okay with the bare minimum, So I want you to think about on what's one pattern you're choosing to break this year, and let's hold space for that. And make sure to just subscribe. And if you're ready for more, we're kind of real talk about self-trust and boundaries and authentic love, because I really want us to really think about on what's making us choose emotionally available partners. See if any of these resonate with you, if you're able to sit there and be able to write notes for yourself to be able to see on what this standard is for you, because I don't want you to be able to miss out on the love that you want, especially the love, authentic love for yourself and what you've shown for other people, your friends, and for future partners as well, and more for your current partner. Like, I want you to be authentic to you. And so when we're dealing with emotional available people, I don't want you to feel like you have to be the one trying to fix and how they are, or try to make it to be someone where they're not, right? Like, I really want you to be able to look at the person for who they are now and who they're showing you right now. So you're not putting that pressure on yourself to do something differently when they don't want to do anything differently. And so healing, understand, is not linear. It is a process when it comes to just showing up for you. And I want you to be able to show up for yourself. So if you have any questions about this in the comments or need a breakdown, make sure to let me know. And so we can be able to tap into that a little bit more. But I'll see you next time.